Welcome to Educators in VR's XR News. We've much to cover today, including the Artemis 2 mission, closure of Rec Room, Meta switching focus to 2D, mobile-based 3D experiences, and some amazing new VR games and apps and other news you can use from across the metaverse.
Okay, Steph, let's go. XR News was created in 2018 as a way to give back to a community that has stuck together for so many years. We're keeping on to bring you the news and interviews from around the metaverse.
Join our hosts every Wednesday for all the latest here at Engage XR, along with Rachel D. for our monthly segment Med Health Edition and XR News' own Innovations Spotlight.
Now, last week, if you weren't here, you so missed. We had such a great time. Dan Blair was here with Rachel D. of Dan Blair of BSD XR, and he discussed XR design development and the growing demand for medical and healthcare simulations. He brought to us this amazingly hopeful and helpful sign for the future of VR in XR. And AI. It was amazing. So check out the show on our Educators in VR YouTube channel.
Next week, we'll be here with Maxwell McGee, Chris Madsen, and Dr. Tom Furness to spotlight places we likely never imagined here in Engage XR or beyond.
I hate the truth. Karen?
Karen? Uh-oh. Karen?
Did we lose Karen?
We lost Karen.
Okay, it'll be
more fun.
Okay, there you go. Go for it, Steph.
It would be more fun if we could have Karen and join us live here in the studio.
Yeah, she bounced out. That's okay.
If you missed
We're used to this.
Stay caught up with every episode by subscribing to our YouTube channel and social media. All the links are at educatorsinvr.com.
You know, I mean, it wasn't that long ago and I had crap for net and you all kept showing up. Ancient remembers this. You kept showing up when I would lose connection like 4 or 5 times during a show. You know, I love our audience determination and ours to continue doing this in spite of the technical problems. So Karen will be right back. The XR News is, yay, there she is. The XR News, yeah, come on down.
Oh, that was weird.
The XR News is produced by Educators in VR and run by volunteers. And thank you so much to all of our partners and our supporters who keep us going in spite of the technical difficulties, including the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls Team Institute, iLearn, Virtual World Society, Vertex Form 3D, Cadets Metaverse, and Bridgemakers, and so many more. Special thanks to Educators in VR for their continued support and allowing us to do the show here every week. And if you or your company would like to sponsor XR News, hey, come check us out at educatorsinvr.com.
Indeed. And now on with industry news, and there is a lot of it. The XR News team is literally over the moon with excitement about the Artemis 2 mission. Yay! Its integrity capsule has circled the Earth twice and the moon once to capture the images of the dark side of the moon and help prepare future humans to land on the moon, hopefully in a couple of years. Not that people haven't already been using VR to experience such things like space travel themselves already.
True. Have you guys been to Niko's amazing solar system and outer space worlds in our VR chat and on other platforms? By the way, the two Richards and I went just a couple days ago, James's platform on. Okay, Niko, back to Niko. Niko's our subject here. Niko uses real-life images and audio from NASA to help create stunning perspectives that are giving those of us stuck on Earth a chance to experience space exploration and education.
Niko has created the most amazing solar system and outer space worlds across many platforms in AltSpace VR, VR Chat, etc. And he uses the real-life images and audio from NASA and has created the most stunning perspectives that are to scale. If you've been in a solar system, oh my God, it's like monster. It is monster because it is to scale. And there's a hidden black hole in it there. It's very cool. You got to see it. But it gives those of us that are stuck on Earth a chance to really experience the space exploration and education in a fascinating and immersive experience. And as we celebrate our return of humans to outer space, it's also time to honor Niko Lang's work and his life.
Indeed. Niko has been struggling for much of his life with a rare illness, and the treatment he needs to survive is now only available outside of his country. A GoFundMe has been set up by his friend and business partner, Shushu, who raised the first 5,000 euros for Niko's travel outside of his country and is now raising the additional 10,000 needed for the treatment and beyond.
Now, over 10 million people have passed through Niko's worlds. One thing we love about our Metaverse community is that we are good at giving back. So now is the time to help one of our own, one of our precious, precious teachers and master world builders, a pioneer in world building in so many ways. So if you thank you to everyone who has given, and if you can, give a little bit more. Share that love with others. And you'll find the links to share and spread the word on social media, Discord, and other information at educatorsinvr.com.
Now, shall I go on
Yes.
with Rec Room? Okay, Rec Room has confirmed it will shut down on June 1st, 2026. Once valued at $3.5 billion and hosting over 150 million players and creators, its closure is yet another reminder that even hugely popular, human-driven social spaces can be fragile when platform business models stop making economic sense.
Absolutely. The next day, while many speculated, you know who you are, that VR chat would be next, the company released the announcement titled, "We're here." That's a pretty powerful statement.
Indeed. As they said, it's been a rough month for our corner of the industry, commiserating and sharing the pain of those losing creative work. But they reassured everyone that VR chat is not going anywhere. They also
Karen, are you
reminded
back with us?
last New Year's Eve.
Hang on, let's see, is Karen with us? Nope. Okay, go ahead.
They also reminded us that last New Year's Eve, nearly 150,000 people were in VR chat at the same time. In the 3 months since, they've broken that user record twice. The latest was nearly 160,000 people in VR chat at the same time for the first Sanrio Virtual Festival in March. Amazing accomplishment.
Again, 160,000 people is incredible.
At the same time.
Yeah, that's just bonkers. They added that their avatar and first-party stores are growing with creators like Studio Trickforge, Spooky Ghost Boo, and Naughty, making VR chat a still healthy ecosystem. And Educators in VR is going to be doing a session in VR chat to help those migrating, especially teachers and students, coming up soon. So thank you, VR chat, for answering the question that we were all so incredibly worried about, and glad that you're still here.
Rec Room's shutdown is a big moment for social VR, but it's not the end of large-scale shared virtual worlds. It's a growing pain. Researchers are now running massive civilization-scale experiments in virtual worlds that are not all in VR for the moment, but well, like Minecraft, where swarms of up to 1,000 AI agents are dropped into a shared environment and left to build societies largely on their own. Let's not forget that Engage XR, Frame VR, VR Chat, Spatial, Vverse, Verbella, Fluid, Viverse, excuse me, Viverse, Verbella, Fluid, Utopia VR, and so many more options for social VR continue to thrive and are ready for new users. And have you heard of Asteria?
No.
Asteria?
Oh, you're gonna, yeah. We're just checking in with Karen. Any luck? Silence. Silence. Okay, we're gonna keep going, and we're here for you, Karen, when you're ready. Just let us know.
When you're ready, Karen. Have you heard of Asteria? It is being called the next generation VR MMORPG. That stands for Multiplayer Social and Large-Scale Virtual World Experience. Developer Noah Baser claims that the colorful anime-style medieval fantasy world allows physics-driven and run-casting combat, immersive crafting, and social activities, including owning shops and homes as the users develop their own narratives. The game hit its $50,000 initial goal within 22 hours, clearly showing a demand for this type of VR experience.
Now, while not, we just wanted to take a quick look here, at Asteria. So you could see just a little of the fun things that we're having. Again, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. but it's a very medieval town, and it has a lot of interactivity and stuff. Very fascinating. So we'd love to hear if you've played with it. We would love to hear about your experience. Yeah, so
good.
that looks like a great deal of fun. Now, while not VR, but close, EVE Online broke records and drew in over 10,000 users to watch a massive clash between two competing teams before their servers crashed out. 10,000 users this past weekend. And EVE Online by CCP Games is a sci-fi sandbox free to play multiplayer and role-playing game that allows players to set their own goals in a player-driven economy. Now, this is just another example of the demand for multiplayer immersive experiences. And so, you know, it's here.
And how
Love it.
they're differentiating into various types too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Niantic Spatial has launched a new Scaniverse and VPS 2.0, a pair of tools that turn phone and or 360-degree scans into high-fidelity digital twins and delivers near centimeter accurate localization, even when GPS is weak or unavailable. The company says the data feeds into its spatial development kit for Unity, mobile, and robot OS2 workflows. It can create models for world builders. And its new entire real-world model will use machine-readable spatial data gathered over years from games like Pokemon Go and Ingress Prime to help AI interpret our real world more like people do, allowing improved development of AR and mixed reality applications.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about where this is going and how this, how this is all coming together. To be able to scan the real world. So I love it. Now, AI is already taking over XR. Oh, excuse me. Niantic's groundbreaking AR game. Also, let me get down to this. Their groundbreaking game, Ingress Prime, had one of the best April Fool's interfaces of all times. I don't know if there's any. I know I've gotten George to play it. I don't know if he plays anymore, but I love playing Ingress. And this was such a great April Fool's trick that they pulled on us. It was wonderful. Players use the term farming to describe visits to high-level portals to collect inventory. So Niantic took this literal this year and they changed the interface to be a farm. So the resonators became bales of hay. The interface invited you to irrigate your keys by recharging and composting them to recycle. and the bounties achieved resulted in a variety of animals that followed you around while you were driving or walking, whatever you're doing, playing the app, including a dog, a chicken, a cat, a horse, and for some reason, a tiger. I don't know, the tiger felt so weird, but what the heck, It's an international global game, our family laughed so hard every time we turned it on last week. It brought us so much needed joy. And that's what this is supposed to do. XR is supposed to really bring us the magic and the joy, and this was a prime example. So thank you, Niantic. You made me laugh my butt off last week. Every time I turned it on, it was joyous.
Excellent. AI is already taking over XR and now the real world. Obviously, an AI-driven XR private school network called Alpha is expanding into major U.S. cities. Tuition is in the $40,000 to $65,000 range. It claims to compress a full school day into 2 hours of AI-tutored work, leaving the rest of the school day for life skills with or without the need for traditional teachers. This is the beginning of XR classrooms, mixed reality boot camps, and AI agents inside virtual worlds, as opposed to what looks like a very cramped phone booth.
Absolutely.
Let's take a moment to also... This does not look good. Let's take a moment to also
just go.
The groundbreaking legal verdicts against Meta and Google for child endangerment and trafficking.
Which is not a funny matter. We just have funny stuff going on behind the scenes. It is not. This is why you come here. You come here to watch us mess up. We know it.
Indeed.
We know it. And you love it. You love us more when we screw up. Come on, let's see some hearts. You know you love us when we mess up. Okay. All right, on to the not funny topic.
Very serious, guys. Let's take a moment to also recognize the groundbreaking legal verdicts against Meta and Google for child endangerment and trafficking. What makes this legal decision so powerful is that for many years, Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996 provided a shield that protected online companies, but not the users. Using successful legal tactics like what was used against Big Tobacco, Google and Meta were found to have deliberately designed their apps to be addictive and allow child trafficking. How does this impact us in VR?
Well, that's a really great question, Steph. VR is not exempt. It is a part of the whole. We are a part of the whole. In short, this adds the justification for age verification, which we're not all thrilled about, but of all chatbots, apps, games, including VR. It also puts a greater burden on developers to add or improve moderation, parental controls, and safety reporting features.
But it's also a waiting game. Moody's reports that there are more than 4,000 cases pending that target 166 companies alleging addictive software design. It's going to change the world we know for sure. Let's talk about this in our audience discussion today.
Yeah, I am really, really, really concerned about this. So let's, put on your thinking caps. Maybe you're going to be the one to come up with a great idea about this, and let's talk about it. Now, on a lighter note, which we definitely need, anyone consider flying in or out of Fargo Hector Airport in North Dakota? Honestly, I want to go because of this news item we found. A newly remodeled airport features one of the first immersive reality rooms in an airport, whether for children or adults. It's a great way to relax as you wait for your next flight, with nearly 800 virtual reality experiences, from water slides to roller coasters to underwater exploration. Hey, if you live near there, you plan on traveling there, whatever, go there and take some pictures for us. This sounds like so much fun. I want to see more of this in the future.
1, 2, 3, 4. Testing.
Yay,
1, 2, 3,
Karen's
4.
back.
You're
Oh,
back.
finally.
Yay! Just in
All right.
time.
All right. Are we? Where are we?
We're-
On Ancient? Are we on Ancient?
Yes,
Yes,
we're
we
on
are.
Ancient.
All right. All right. This one's for you,
Taken
Ancient.
so many ways.
Our dear friend, Ancient, I won't say, slipped us an interesting bit of news. NetBlocks, a global internet monitoring service, announced a few days ago that Iran's internet blackout is now the longest nationwide internet shutdown on record in any country, exceeding all other comparable incidents in severity, having entered its 37th consecutive day after 864 hours. Sudan held the record with a 36-day shutdown back in 2019. Not good, though.
Let's see, that was April 5th. So today makes this 40 consecutive days.
Wow. We're so dependent upon access to the global internet. Imagine 40 days of life without a connection.
Oh, it's just
Unbelievable.
nuts. Yeah, it's just nuts. Now, speaking of internet access, many of us thought that this was an April Fool's joke. It isn't. March 23rd, the U.S. Federal Communications Commission announced that it is banning the sale of new foreign-made Wi-Fi routers in the United States, citing unacceptable risks to national security. This does not apply to existing routers. If you have a router, I guess stay with it. It only applies to new ones.
That doesn't make any sense. Not only are most routers in the U.S. made outside of the country, most of their parts are also made outside of the U.S.
True. This is the wrong tactic to take, according to the experts. It hurts all for the sake of a few routers that weren't updated properly.
Yeah, and it's a good reminder though. When was the last time you updated your router software? It's not an easy task, and it's one often forgotten. It'd be nice if they made it easy or made it automatic or whatever, but please update your routers, and we're going to keep an eye on this, because is this weird? Okay, I think this is just bonkers ruling, but I'm not in charge of these things. Oh, if I was, the world would be
Watch out,
if we were in charge, the world would be a better place, right, girls? Yeah, this would be a much better place, man.
100%.
Yay.
All right, on to virtual hardware. So Meta Horizon OS 2.3 is now live on Meta's public test channel, giving Quest owners a chance to try a pre-release system build and help Meta catch bugs before the update rolls out broadly. If you'd like to experiment with 2.3 on a non-critical headset, hear that, non-critical headset, and share your findings, join the conversation and get step-by-step enrollment help in the Educators of VR Discord channel.
Meta is also introducing Frame Sync to the Quest, a new frame timing algorithm that aims to make VR apps smoother, more consistent, and more comfortable. It predicts and schedules frames, reducing nauseating judder and lowers motion to photon latency. After testing, it will become the default for all Meta Horizon Store apps in version 203 already. With an
2020.
Hmm.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Steph.
Alrighty, with an opt-out path if it negatively affects an app's performance. That's finding out the hard way, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but am I the only one who wants to shout out, "It's about time"?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Get it.
Because that's been one of the biggest obstacles in everything we're doing is the nausea, the motion sickness business, and so I've been waiting for this to improve.
Oh,
So good on them.
Awful. Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah. Now, rumors are out that Valve's next VR headset could run Quest games easily. Now, Geeky Gadgets reported that the $700 to $1,200 headset may function as a standalone it will function as a standalone wireless PC VR platform and Linux-powered spatial computer. And it integrates with Steam OS to handle x86 PC games and Android apps. Thus, likely may include Quest games. Ooh, we're going to see. This could be
that would be great.
Game changer. I'm not thrilled about the fact that they have black and white pass-through because pass-through is just really critical for my work and what I do. But, if they can just break that black and white pass-through, I would be very happy. This would be like top of my list on the next headset, though I want the Pico. Okay, I want the Pico. All right, I'm going to shut up.
We know Laurel loves Pico. All right, so French mixed reality startup Lynx is quietly entering liquidation and canceling its long-awaited R2 headset after years of financial and production struggles. Despite successfully prototyping innovative standalone headsets and briefly capturing the imagination of XR enthusiasts, the company could not withstand repeated delays, component shortages and prices, and the intense competitive pressure from much larger players.
Have you heard of 2Sync? It's an innovative technology that creates a blend of real and virtual experiences for XR games and apps. Scarred Ghost reported that he recently gained access to a demo. 2Sync detects what you have in the room and not just integrates the real elements into it for realism, it changes the objects, changing a table into a big crate and the couch into a bench with broken bones scattered across it. Nose out, thank you. It adapts completely to your physical environment, both with passive haptics, so you can feel the object, as you can see in this comparison on the screens behind us. Imagine the possibilities. It is compatible with Unity and Unreal Engine and works with popular VR and AR devices. Check out the demo app on the Quest Store.
Oh, it's so cool. It is so cool. All right. It's, yeah, okay, we can leave out the bones, but still that ability to recognize and modify what's in the environment is really fun. Many people in VR chat and other metaverse platforms love partial or full body tracking. Yes? Any of you fans out there? Now, Moverse has launched a Kickstarter for Moverse Capture for VR chat, a new full body tracking system with the goal of bringing markerless motion capture into people's homes without base stations. Just a serious gaming computer, and it supports Steam VR, so it can be used with other full body tracking apps. Very, very cool.
The next generation Pico, there you go, Laurel. The next generation Pico OS 6 has a ground up rebuild of its spatial operating system, powered by the new Pico spatial engine to seamlessly juggle 2D apps, 3D content, virtual environments, and the physical world. Expect to see this in their upcoming XR headset, Project Swan, which pairs that software with a high-clarity micro OLED display stack, a dual-chip architecture, and custom XR silicon aimed at ultra-low latency mixed reality. The Global Early Access Program is now open to apply for closed beta testing of both.
Now, I just want to stop something for a second and give full recognition to Karen for not only solving her technical difficulties during the show live, but also being able to rattle off sophisticated terms like high clarity micro OLED. I can't even do it. Things. What can everyone please round of applause for Karen for pulling this together? That is beautiful.
Got to thank my brother and my co-host here because you're all part of the team. And
oh, shut up and just say thank you. We're giving you kudos, hon. Yeah, no, I was looking at that gobbledygook of words going, oh, how's she going to do it? And just sailed through that sucker. Sailed through that. So kudos. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Snap is pushing its AR ecosystem toward fully standalone specs, smart glasses in 2026, aiming for lightweight eyewear that works without a phone or tether as a spatially aware wearable computer that blends playful AR with practical features like navigation, context-aware info, voice tools, and AI-assisted overlays, all on your face.
And we also have to give a round of applause and credit to not just Steph, but that is not her stomach. That is her bird, Toby. That is always here. Toby is.
You're also fighting with my other hand if I do this, so.
Toby is part of the show.
Yes.
And deserves credit. We need to give Toby credit in our credits. So we need to make that happen. Oh, God. No, that's just beautiful. Toby's wonderful. Can we hear it from Toby really quick?
Yay, Toby.
Say something now. Not when you ask her to.
Yeah, I know. Just like every child. Anyway, all right. So if you hear the noises, just know it's the bird. We love Toby. Okay, now y'all remember back recently in our XR News Med Health with the amazing Rachel D. Did a great interview with Dr. Nick Weir in Kenya showing how VR and photo scanning can help create 3D printed artificial limbs overnight. Normally that takes months. So inspiring. Well, a recent research study from the University of Rhode Island is now exploring AR training to help amputees learn to use prosthetics more easily. Together, both of these projects highlight how immersive technology is speeding both prosthetic production and rehabilitation. This is just so exciting to see these things. Well, I love it. We can bring this news to you all. All right.
Absolutely. All right. On to XR app news. SteamVR 2.15 was released last week and includes bug fixes and quality of life improvements. They are continuing to focus on OpenXR as the preferred API for new games and applications. They fixed some drivers and some leaks, and they changed how the Oculus drivers handle initialization failures for those using the Oculus desktop app and stream to their HMD with Virtual Desktop Streamer. Hopefully, this will resolve those issues.
Steam also unveiled a redesigned storefront with new sections and higher resolution game art to make it easier to find new games. Have you seen it yet? How do you like its ease of use?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit easy to use, but we'll talk about that. Now, something I want to talk about like nonstop, and you have to control me here. Have you seen the movie or read the book Project Hail Mary? Anybody seen it? Read it? Know anything yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Light Controller has. Oh, wow. Great movie, great book. Both individually amazing. Usually you get one is bad, one is good. Both of them are awesome. And the audiobook is fantastic too. And it's breaking box office and bookseller lists, and also audio bookseller lists too. That rarely happens, so pretty amazing. Now, author Andy Weir has teamed up with Maze Theory and Amazon MGM to create a new game called Project Hail Mary, Journey Among the Stars for mixed reality and VR coming later this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, Light
Lovely.
Controller, we're going to have fun with this. I can't wait.
Ooh.
He's excited. He's excited. And this is a new chapter for Grace and Rocky, and there's some hints that it might possibly lead to what we hope is a sequel. I don't know, we'll see. But it is on the screens behind us was supposed to be a running video really quick.
I think it's happening.
Talking.
There we go.
Oh, this is not it. And that is not it.
That is an ad.
Nope, that is not it. Yeah. So anyway, there was supposed to be a video. See, we're having all kinds of joyous technical difficulties in here. Okay, but anyway, it's really, really cool, and you can see the video and stuff in our Educators in VR social media and everywhere else too. All right, let's go on to skateboarding. I used to skateboard.
All right, Bomb the Hill. Bomb the Hill is a new VR downhill skateboarding game inspired by the crazy skateboarding pioneers in the 1970s who saw any hill as a chance for speed and daring. A prototype for the Oculus Publishing Program funding initiative by Meta for Quest Games in 2024, it claims downhill speeds of over 70 miles per hour across 15 tracks spanning 10 squirrel miles?
What?
Squirrel? Well, I know the middle can't wait.
Oh, our filmer Rich is going to have so much fun.
Who wrote Squirrel Miles?
It does. That's audio correct here. Audio. Oh my God. None of us can talk here. Oh God. How do we miss that? I don't know. Anything's possible. Okay. 70 miles per hour across 15 tracks spanning 10. Oh, Karen muted herself. She's probably falling over.
Oh.
It's not my turn, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
wait.
I'm just correcting the 10 square miles each.
We're trying to
And
pass
yes,
that.
I cannot wait. I used to do this.
Yeah, now it doesn't make any
Oh my
sense.
God.
Okay.
I like
The
Squirrel
making-
Miles.
Save
better.
us. Yes, I do too. Save us, Steph.
Next slide. There we go. The makers of Job Simulator have released a wacky approximation, no more wacky than what we were just doing, they say, of what humans call a relaxing time with their new vacation simulator. Chill at the poolside cabana and take part in plenty of authentic interactive holiday activities with a vast cast of robot pals and the mayhem that comes with all of their simulators.
Sounds like my regular vacations. Hell on wheels. Okay, are you ready for this? Prison
No.
Boss Mission is a physics-based business simulator where your job is to run an illegal merchandise stand, seriously, in a bird-themed approximation of New York called, take this,
Oh my gosh.
New York City. This, are you intrigued at all? You know, this football game involves crafting illicit goods, upgrading your shack, and unlocking new crafting trees. Not sure what trees, but something. Crafting ideas like, well, avoiding the scrutiny of the law. Now, Upload VR described it as a hilarious opportunity to test your criminal prowess in VR. Do you have a criminal prowess in VR? I didn't know that I had it. Now, you know. Now, I think the graphics are really delightful, and it sounds quirky enough to satisfy all your VR gaming needs. So, this is bonkers.
Well, you know, it could be your next Beat Saber or fitness replacement. This one that's coming up here. Okay,
Yeah.
well, both of them actually.
Yeah.
All right, so Bloxer, here we go with Bloxer. Okay, Bloxer is a VR fitness app that takes a nod from Tetris. Colored blocks fall down across a vertical field and are arranged into matching rows. How you punch a robot control box in front of you moves the falling blocks around to prevent your screen from filling. Sounds crazy, but so much fun. I'm sure I'd have blocks I couldn't control.
It looks bonkers.
Yeah. Things are getting nuttier all the time. Okay.
It is. I love the imagination, but this is really crazy.
And now for world building such things. Zappar
Yes.
and Wonderland Engage have partnered to bring Web AR into the Wonderland editor, adding image, world, and face tracking for browser-based experiences using Web VR. The collaboration is separate from their older Zappar's older Lapbox hardware, or Zapbox hardware, and it's focused on making AR creation easier directly in their editor.
Yeah. Now, foveated streaming with tools like NVIDIA's Cloud XR and the new Clear XR flight, test flight clients lets detailed PCVR scenes send most of the bandwidth to whatever the player is actually looking at. Not everything. They're not wasting it on less important areas. It's focusing on what you see. Now, for world builders, this means richer hero spaces and more visual detail on Vision Pro and other OpenXR experiences without needing a custom viewer. So this is new technology that is coming our way. It's going to be really exciting.
Yes,
All
it is. Well, World Labs released Marble 1.1 and Marble 1.1 Plus, two upgraded models that generate higher quality 3D worlds with better detail and consistency in a browser. Marble Studio now supports editing much larger worlds, thanks to a new level of detail splat rendering back-end. If you haven't tried Marble yet, think of it as imagine a world, get a world button that actually works.
Gaussian splatting just hit two massive standardization milestones. OpenUSD 26.03, released last month, now has native Gaussian splat support built in. Chronos Group's GLTF 2.0 Gaussian splatting extension is in the final release stage with Cesium shipping live support in both its JavaScript and Unreal Engine SDKs. Splats are no longer a niche trick. They are becoming a first-class citizen, a major 3D standard and important for most world builders. Educators in VR is getting ready to host their first low-cost photo scanning class with Gaussian splats. So get ready to sign up soon.
It's not our first. We've been doing this for many years, and so we're merging. What is first about it is we are merging our regular photogrammetry and our Gaussian splat one into a single session. So it's really excited. So get ready. We'll have the sign up list coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, you're just keeping up with the innovations.
Yeah, and we're just really having fun with it. And our photogrammetry with drones, photo scanning with drones, we're going to be doing that later, I think, this summer. Really awesome. Really awesome. It's amazing what they have coming out now. All right. Anyway, now we're on to VR event news. And today, as I mentioned at the very opening show before the show started, today is the last of a series of 6 incredible presentations by Mount Royal University psychology students in Engage XR. Their class projects were to research and present on some aspect of mental health therapy in VR, and wow, every year, every class, they continue to outdo themselves.
Oh, they are. Yesterday, they defied our imagination with a session on fear of heights and built a huge pathway up high above the Educators in VR Center in Engage XR, where students could jump from above and work on becoming desensitized. It was great fun, so long as you weren't afraid of heights. Our team will be heading out to watch the last half of their classic final presentation after this show, so come and join us.
Educators in VR is hosting an Artemis 2 splashdown watch party on Friday in VR chat to watch the landing of the Artemis Orion space capsule back on Earth after its successful tour around the moon. This is so exciting. So come join us. Tell your grands and great-grands that you watched the splashdown in virtual reality. How cool is that?
So cool. Now, Harvard XR announced its 2026 conference, XR Plus from Pixel to Voxel. It is scheduled for this Saturday, April 11th, in person at Harvard, and it's focusing on the intersection of AI and spatial computing. The event promo invites participants to step into the future of AI and spatial computing. You already are. We don't need to. You already are.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Later today, Educators in VR will again be in VR chat for a special session on the joys and nightmares of time management and time zones for teaching in VR. If you are on a VR community social media channel, let them know and help us spread the word. See you all in VR chat later today. Check our listings for the time.
Oh, good one, Steph. Good one,
Yes,
Steph.
that was a good one, Steph.
Nice.
While many moan the loss of a couple of VR platforms, let's not forget that the metaverse is huge and there is much to do. Check out some of our favorite partner events, including Africa VR Campus every Thursday and Von D's karaoke events, both of them in Engage XR, and also Bridgemaker events. And don't forget Atessa's nightclub and karaoke events in VR chat and Sunday's world tours with Cadets Metaverse.
Now y'all know Educators in VR brings you weekly educational VR events, training sessions, and paid workshops that you don't want to miss. So see our social media and our website for more information. And you know, we love this. Now, are you ready for the rundown of upcoming conferences? Let's
bring it on.
Here we go. Laval's Virtual is April 8th through 10th in Laval, France, with an amazing lineup of immersive tech pioneers and innovators.
April 23rd through the 24th of 2026, Go.con in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, for fans of immersive coding engine. Well, we lost Laurel. May 19th through 20th, 2026, Google I/O in Mountain View, California, and we're interested to see what news it brings.
June 8th through 12th, and Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference is in Cupertino, California. God knows, I have no idea.
AWE USA 2026 is June 15th through the 18th in Long Beach, California, and tickets are on sale now.
International XR Metaverse Conference is on June 17th through the 19th in Estonia. Immersive Tech Week in the Netherlands starts June 23rd.
June 30th through July 3rd is the XR Creator Con on-site hackathon and conference in Berlin, Germany.
SIGGRAPH 2026 is in Los Angeles, July 19th to the 23rd, and GamesCon is in Germany, August 26th to the 30th.
December 7th through 9th of 2026 is United XR Europe in Brussels, Belgium. And if you'd like to have a favorite conference or XR event featured here, please let us know.
Well, while we're waiting to see whether our host with the most has come back to join us, we're going to head on into our interview session for our Q&A. How do you guys, how do we have much to talk about this week? We are eager to hear your thoughts about Rec Room closing, the age verification and lawsuits on addiction and child trafficking that may impact us all in VR, as well as discuss the Artemis mission, the new Valve VR headset, fun games and apps you're experimenting with, any of your opinions on other metaverse topics. We can also talk about past shows, whatever you are up for. The microphones are open. Let's hear from you. So, anybody have any thoughts on Rec Room closing? Did anyone have any, were you developing in there or did you visit it often?
Go ahead, Rich.
I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that it's closing because my kids always goes into Rec Room. But now, you know, now they can't go into Rec Room because it's closing. And I don't understand what's going on, you know, with VR. I mean, they need to get it right, especially for the kids. They need to get it right.
Yeah, especially one that, it was basically 4 kids, wasn't it?
Yeah, but well, I had fun in there too. I mean, I had a good time in there with some of the games. You know, we used to go in every once in a while with Darren. Anybody else have any other thoughts? It's kind of sad to see these platforms closing up. Well,
It's good that we've got others, but
on it every day.
oh. Are you doing anything to keep in touch with the people that you've made friends with there, or are you going to regroup somewhere else?
No.
Oh, well, that's a thought, though. You still have time.
True.
It's just sad, man. Especially the one on Horizon Worlds. Once that shuts down completely, I mean, it's gonna be
I know.
chaos. These kids.
Well, it looks as if it won't be completely shut down in 2D, only in VR, which doesn't make any sense, really.
No, I think they're going after the Roblox market. They're trying to be like Roblox, I think, a little bit.
But they're not going to succeed at it because it isn't Roblox, and that already exists. You know?
Exactly. Well, everybody took their money out of VR and put it into AI, which it's good. I mean, we need to have AI develop, but it's sad to see VR being left behind. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a question over here.
I usually play on my PS5 and Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Is that a good replacement, do you think?
I've been playing on it.
Hmm.
Well, that's good. But you use your headset with it?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
have.
it. There are simply more people playing games on 2D than there are in VR. But then again, VR hasn't been around as long as 2D.
True.
So-
That's very true.
They're not giving it really enough time to grow, or else they're stepping back to see whether it will grow some more. Business-wise, that is.
Right. Well, you know, there is a new platform hopefully up and coming. I mean, it's not new, but it's the beta version has come out. The two Riches, Rich Moore and my brother Rich, who's invisible right now, we've been going into Utopia VR, and that's getting built out more. We checked out Niko's worlds, and we've been going in there kind of testing it out for James before he releases the beta version.
Well, that's something. Thank you again to you, our audience. Okay. And thank you to our team members who contributed images for our discussion. Remember to reach out this week virtually or in person and let the people you care about know how much you love them and bring them to the next XR News show. We love our community, so help us spread the word that we are here every Wednesday and engage XR. XR News is our educators in VR and our XR News volunteer team weekly here at Engage XR. We've been bringing you the news from across the metaverse since 2018, and we're still rolling. We meet weekly for news in Engage XR or for one of our 2 special edition segments on MedHealth and Innovation Spotlight.
Join us next week for Innovation Spotlight with Maxwell McGee, Chris Madsden, and Dr. Tom Furness. It's the event where anything can happen, and it usually does. These XR pioneers always take us on an adventure to see the latest innovations in XR technology, so don't miss it.
Keep going.
Each of our shows is filmed for YouTube. Subscribe and share with your friends. To keep up with the news and help us share the news from around the metaverse in the meantime, join the Educators in VR Discord and social media channels to find links in the news we highlight in the show and much more about the metaverse and immersive education.
And thank you to our Educators in VR partners, sponsors, and supporters, including ILRN, the Reinhardt Foundation, Girls STEAM Institute, Virtual World Society, Cadets Metaverse, Vertex, Form 3D, Bridgemakers, and Engage XR. We are also looking for volunteers to make the news possible, so come join us. Let's not forget to give credit where credit is due. We couldn't do this show without the hard work of those who gather the news from across the metaverse industry for a living, and including our XR news reporters. Thank you to all of you out there toiling in the metaverse.
Remember, you are the reason we do the XR News Show. Until next time, stand up, stand tough, and most of all, in these amazing, uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world. Rich, you want to take Matthew's place?
We made it.
We did that thing!
We did.
Hey!
Anyway.